Dr. Sumit, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How do you assess this technical snags as far as the Dreamliner 787 is concerned? Firstly, the deadly one, and then in fact, today there was a Hong Kong flight and now this Zurich flight. How do you see this?
It's been like around 12 years this aircraft got delivered, and most of the aircraft which is is 12 years old are getting this type of technical glitch. I think it's the time that Boeing should get into this and give official statement that why the aircraft which is more than 12 years old is getting a technical snag.
All right. This is very concerning news that we are getting in. We'll try and reconnect that line with Dr. Sumit Suselan, who's the aviation expert, but a very concerning story that is coming in as far as the Zurich Delhi Air India flight is concerned. Technical problem in one more Air India plane. Dr. Sumit, if I'm audible to you, I want to ask you, how would you assess this? Because back to back, we are seeing these technical snags.
No, I think that this is the issue with the Boeing aircraft itself now, because back-to-back only Boeing aircraft is getting this type of error, when especially the Dreamliner. So I think that there should be an official statement from Boeing itself that why they are facing this problem. Even the engineering team is on it, and every flight before getting ready for takeoff, they are checking and everything is getting fine. Last moment on air, there is some error happening in this aircraft. So I think this is definitely alarming, and we have to make sure that this aircraft should be grounded for a while for complete check.
Absolutely. And in the absence of any comment that has come from Air India and Boeing, how do you think, as an aviation expert, that one can fix this issue? Because in the last 4 days, same Dreamliner 787 has seen 3 issues.
Yeah, I think because earlier also when there was some accident happened by Boeing 737 aircraft, so that time also they had discontinued that order for a while till the complete check was not over. But this time, when we have already had a fatal accident in this type of aircraft, these aircraft are still operating, which we should discontinue till the time the checks are not getting completed. I think now it's a time the ministry should get involved in this thing and stop the operation of 34 aircraft, the Dreamliner which is there in India, so should stop the operation till the complete check is not over.
So, but don't you believe when Boeing whistleblower had raised this issue, it should have been discontinued that very time? He raised this issue last year. Still, few months later, we are seeing one major incident and now these 2 big technical snags that we are seeing. Shouldn't it have been discontinued long back?
Yes, definitely. Even it's a corporate, definitely they don't listen to a small employees. But they were waiting for a fatal accident which already happened now. And the whistleblower had already alarmed that the aircraft will give this type of fatal accident after 5 to 6 years. But they waited for long, and it's been 12 years and now they are getting this type of accident. So I think they were trying to cover up the mess which they had it earlier. And I think now this is the time that when they should stop this type of aircraft for a while till the time the check is not over.
Absolutely, and this is in fact, sir, coming on the day when a high-level meeting has also taken place in the national capital to see what went wrong as far as Dreamliner 787 incident 4 days back is concerned. But do you believe that accountability needs to be fixed? Because since morning we've been seeing templated reply from Air India that yes, inspection will take place. But so far we have seen 3 back-to-back incidents and people are quite worried about this.
Definitely, the passengers are losing hope now because the back-to-back accidents is happening. Passengers feeling that it's the safety concern in India, especially now with Air India. So I think the accountability should be there, and Air India should give an official statement that why this incident happening after such a big fatal accident, which already we had faced 3 days back.
Absolutely, very concerning news coming in from Zurich. In fact, this Air India Dreamliner 787 has once again faced the technical issues. We'll try and get you more details on what really happened, but what we're learning is that this was to take off 5 hours prior, but it still hasn't taken off. There seems to be a technical issue, and this is the third reported Dreamliner 787 issue in the last 4 days. The first one is a tragic incident that we saw in Ahmedabad. 241 people lost their life. Then in the morning today, a flight of Air India, Dreamliner 787 only, it flew from Hong Kong at 6:20, but in fact a few minutes later it had to take a U-turn and head back to Hong Kong. All right, let me also go across to former flight safety consultant with Air India, Group Captain GP Bajpai. Some very concerning news that is coming in as far as Dreamliner 787 and Air India flights are concerned. We are learning that it has faced a technical snag. This is the third flight, Dreamliner 787, that has issued a major technical snag in the last 4 days.
Madam, it is correct that it is really frightening that in such a short span of time we are getting such news. Unless until we know further details that what type of the technical failures or difficulties have been encountered on these aircraft, it will be extremely difficult to link these three technical failures with each other. I am not sure by now the pilots have filed the flight safety report or not. So till the time we receive the details of the incident, it will be difficult to predict or imagine what wrong has gone on these two incidents which you have just now quoted. But yes, there is no doubt, as it is because of this massive air accident or crash taken at Ahmedabad, the confidence of passengers and all the people associated with the aviation is shattered, especially on Boeing 787 Dreamliner.
We were speaking to another aviation expert before you, and he said that Dreamliner 787, as far as the Air India is concerned, should be discontinued because it also comes in the backdrop of a whistleblower also saying that there are few issues with this Dreamliner 787. How do you assess this?
Ma'am, it will be premature. In fact, I will expect people to wait for the committee which is constituted for investigating AI 171 investigation, and on the part of committee, they should do their investigation as transparent and as timely as possible so that the lost confidence could be restored at the earliest.
But sir, as far as this Dreamliner 787 is concerned, in the last 3 days, 4 days, in fact, we have seen 3 incidents. Don't you think there should be an accountability on Air India, on Boeing, until and unless the investigation goes on? It's fine. It is on one side. But don't you think that there should be a stricter scrutiny on Dreamliner 787?
I agree to your viewpoint. In fact, I would go one step further, that Air India also should come out and address the media what is going around, because all the details, all the data are available in their domain, and it will help them also to rebuild their brand image, and also it will give a confidence to the people, the flyers basically, and all other associated people in the aviation. In fact, I had seen one media report wherein our reporter was trying to reach them, it was getting avoided.
So don't you think accountability also lies with Boeing, because this is happening at the time when Boeing members, their officials are here in India. They went to the crash site as well. And in the last 4 days, 3 incidents have come as far as Boeing is concerned. No statement from them to just like Air India whatsoever.
Ma'am, I don't know how big is the technical glitch has taken place in last 2 incidents which you have just mentioned. I don't know whether these data have been forwarded or any assistance from the Boeing company has been sought. Unless until we come to know the details, then only it will be worthwhile to make any such company.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for speaking to Republic TV. We'll keep tracking that story very closely. This is very concerning news, in fact, that has come as far as Air India is concerned. With this, we're taking a very short break. Coming up on the other side, we'll tell you more about another Air India plane facing the technical glitch. This and much more on the other side. Stay with us.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
15 साल हो गया उनको वहाँ पे, 10-15 साल से।
और इंडिया में कब से आए थे?
इंडिया यहाँ पे उनके मम्मी का हार्ट हो गया था बोल के उनको मिलने आए थे।
हाँ।
तो 6 दिन में रिटर्न था उनका जाने का, तो 6 दिन में ये हादसा हो गया।
कहाँ से? अहमदाबाद की प्रॉपर रहने वाले?
नहीं, एक्चुअली रहते हैं हम लोग बॉम्बे है, और वाया फ्लाइट था, तो बॉम्बे से यहाँ आए थे। यहाँ से हम लोग को उनको लंदन जाना था, यूके जाना था।
तो उसमें छोटी बच्ची भी थी, मतलब कितने उम्र के लोग थे? उनकी उम्र क्या थी?
एक की 4 है और एक की शायद मेरे ख्याल से 8 है। 4 या 6 ऐसा कुछ है।
I don't just report from courtrooms on verdicts, I decode them. From breaking news to complex legal verdicts, every word is backed by law. At the Republic School of Journalism, you will learn how to report on legal issues with accuracy and speed. The RSJ Diploma, starting on the 30th of June. Apply now.
In a shocking incident from Shivamoga Central Jail, political rivalries have spilled dangerously behind bars. A JDS worker, Kiran Sethu from Bhadravati, jailed just yesterday in a violence case, was brutally assaulted by alleged Congress-affiliated inmates in what appears to be a full-blown political gang war. A viral video, reportedly filmed on a smuggled mobile phone, shows the horrifying assault. The footage has sparked serious concerns about a major security lapse inside the high-security prison. Questions have been raised on how did a mobile phone get inside, and if prison authorities are turning a blind eye or even offering VIP treatment to politically connected inmates. Public outrage is mounting, with calls for immediate action against negligent jail staff, and an official inquiry is expected.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
15 साल हो गया उनको वहाँ पे, 10-15 साल से।
और इंडिया में कब से आए थे?
इंडिया यहाँ पे उनके मम्मी का हार्ट हो गया था बोल के उनको मिलने आए थे। तो 6 दिन में रिटर्न था उनका जाने का, तो 6 दिन में ये हादसा हो गया।
कहाँ से? अहमदाबाद की प्रॉपर रहने वाले?
नहीं, एक्चुअली रहते हैं हम लोग बॉम्बे है, और वाया फ्लाइट था, तो बॉम्बे से यहाँ आए थे। यहाँ से हम लोग को उनको लंदन जाना था, यूके जाना था।
तो उसमें छोटी बच्ची भी थी, मतलब कितने उम्र के लोग थे? उनकी उम्र क्या थी?
एक की 4 है और एक की शायद मेरे ख्याल से 8 है। 4 या 6 ऐसा कुछ है लड़की की।
कब से रह रहे थे, क्या करते थे वहाँ पे?
होटल मैनेजमेंट का ये था उनका जॉब, और 15 साल हो गया उनको वहाँ पे, 10-15 साल से।
अहमदाबाद प्लेन क्रैश में इंदौर की एक बहू की भी जान गई है। सैकड़ों लोग इसमें अपनी जान गंवाए हैं। बहुत ही दुखद हादसा है, लेकिन इंदौर की जो बहू है उनके घर में हमें हरप्रीत होरा जो बच्ची है वो अपने पति से लंदन मिलने जाना चाह रही थी, क्योंकि उनके पति का 16 जून को जन्मदिन था। हरप्रीत के ससुर जी हमारे साथ हैं, राजेंद्र होरा, उनसे हम बात करते हैं। सर, कैसे आपको कब फर्स्ट इन्फॉर्मेशन कब मिली इस हादसे की? और आप
Don't just report from courtrooms on verdicts, I decode them. From breaking news to complex legal verdicts, every word is backed by law. At the Republic School of Journalism, you will learn how to report on legal issues with accuracy and speed. The RSJ Diploma, starting on the 30th of June. Apply now.
I have seen what it takes to report from the front lines: accuracy, courage, urgency and responsibility. At Republic School of Journalism, you will be trained for that reality. It's not theory, it's live learning from a working newsroom from day one. If you want to report the truth when it matters the most, Republic School of Journalism is where you begin. Courses begin on 30th June. Apply now.
What it takes to report from the front lines: accuracy, urgency, courage and responsibility. At Republic School of Journalism, you will be trained for that reality. It's not theory, it's a live learning inside a working newsroom from day one. If you want to report the truth when it matters the most, RSJ is where you begin. Courses begin on June 30th. Apply now.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
All right, we have cut live to pictures from Nicosia, the Laranka International Airport in Cyprus. Prime Minister is going to be wheels up shortly. In fact, he's already wheels up. These are pictures from earlier. Prime Minister is wheels up for Canada, where he would be landing in Calgary at about 7:10 p.m. Canada time. And he's going to Canada to participate in the G7 summit, where he's a special invitee of Prime Minister Mark Carney. These are pictures of the Cyprus delegation that came to drop the Prime Minister at the airport in a ceremonial departure there, including Prime Minister's delegation. They are all now wheels up for Canada, where they would be participating in the G7 summit over the next 2 days, capping a very important visit to Cyprus, Mediterranean country. The geography very significant. India has made some big moves in Mediterranean, around the nations around the Mediterranean, including Greece, which Prime Minister had visited last year on his way back from South Africa. And now Cyprus, in the backdrop of Operation Sindoor, gains significance because of the manner in which Turkey conducted itself and occupies almost 1/5 of Cyprus territory in the north of Cyprus. And on Cyprus issue, India essentially on the side of Republic of Cyprus. Basically, very important geostrategic dimension to this visit of Prime Minister to Nicosia. And he's departed now on way to Canada, where he would be landing in Calgary and then onwards to Kananaskis, the alpine resort where all the world leaders are gathered, the G7 nations plus the special invitees and some international organizations like the World Bank and the IMF, their chiefs, and the deliberations, of course, to center around the ongoing crisis that the world is facing, from the war in Europe to the one in the Middle East, and all attention also on the bilaterals that are going to take place. The big ones, of course, with the President Trump of the United States and Prime Minister Mark Carney of Canada. All right, we'll keep a close track of those developments for you as and when they happen. Prime Minister is on a flight for about 7 hours when he lands in Canada, but getting a breaking news development with the ongoing Air India crisis. Another one now. Air India Boeing faced technical glitch, couldn't take off from Zurich in Switzerland for Delhi, and that was after 5 hours of delay. The Boeing 787, again 787. Seems there is some issue with the Dreamliner suddenly after the AI-171 crash in Ahmedabad. Another Dreamliner faced tech issues on the Hong Kong Delhi flight and had to return. And now 787 in Zurich, flight AI-152, VT-ANH. And this is again a 787, B7878. The route was Zurich to Delhi, and it was today. The original departure time was 45 minutes past midnight Indian Standard Time. The revised departure was 5:30 p.m. IST, or is 5:30 p.m. IST because it's still half an hour more, which means that it's almost like an 18 hours delay. Harsha joins us live from Delhi, and she keeps close track of aviation industry. Harsha, almost 18 hours of delay, and we still not. Are we sure that now the flight can take off? And what was the technical issue because of which this delay happened?
Abhishek, we are still trying to know what's the technical issue. We have sent a mail to Air India as well, and yet we don't know about the technical issue. But yes, we have spoken to some of the passengers, and we have also spoken to one of the passengers from Zurich only, and we got to know that there was a technical glitch. It was 2 times that passengers boarded the aircraft, and there were twice that they were deboarded also, and already it's been 18 hours delay, and we are getting to know that the revised time is 5:30, but that 5:30 also has been said that the flight could not take off at 5:30 also. That means after half an hour the flight has to take off, but it's not clear that it will fly or not fly because the technical glitch has yet not been fixed in the aircraft. It's the Boeing 787 fleet only, and right now what we have got to know is that Air India has given a preliminary report to DGCA stating that this flight is more than 18 hours delay because of the technical glitch. The technical snag exactly, they have not mentioned it. Was it the flight control issue? Was it the landing gear issue? What is the wings issue? Or what exactly the issue was in the aircraft, yet not known. But yes, we've got to know that the twice when the pilot in command went inside the cockpit, he saw a warning sign twice, and that is the reason why the plane could not take off. And yes, we have also gotten to know that the passengers are still waiting at the airport. They don't know that whether their flight will be rescheduled or it will be cancelled or some accommodation will be given to them. What's the condition right now? The passengers are aware about it. I'm continuously in touch with few of the passengers who were supposed to be on this flight, and we have got to also know the passengers are very scared. They're very scared to even now board this Boeing 787 after what has transpired in the Ahmedabad plane crash. Back to you.
Harsha, you know, not just the passengers of this particular flight are scared, but even those passengers who want to take Air India flights are scared. This seems like Air India is going through a full-blown crisis. Earlier we had a Dreamliner facing tech glitches mid-air and had to go back to Hong Kong. And now this one in Zurich, effectively, if you look at it, almost in the last 12 hours, 2 tech issues faced by Dreamliners, both owned by Air India. What's really happening with Dreamliners and Air India? Are you getting some drift on what's the scene like there?
Abhishek, we are also absolutely shocked because on Saturday there was an order from DGCA which was given to Air India that none of their Boeing 787 fleet can take off without proper inspection until unless the inspection is not done, whether the aircraft is from Delhi or whether it is in transit or whether from whichever place it is going, until unless there is not proper inspection, the flight will not take off, the aircraft will not take off. But this is very shocking that, you know, if we see Hong Kong aircraft, if we see Zurich aircraft, both the aircraft have gone from Delhi only to those particular places, and during return they are facing major technical issue, and that clearly states that there has not been any maintenance, there has not been any inspection. They are not taking seriously the order of DGCA and Ministry of Civil Aviation, and everyone is appalled with the kind of behavior of Air India. They are not responding, they are not giving any media statement, they are not exactly telling us exactly what is wrong with the Boeing or whether they are in touch with the Boeing or not. Exactly, problem is with the assembling, problem is the maintenance issue, has it to go for servicing. No one is aware what is exactly happening inside Air India and Boeing. In fact, we as a media person, we have sent them a lot of emails asking them exactly what is the issue, but there has been no response since morning. So that's the situation also, Abhishek, we have gotten to know. We have spoken to few pilots as well. Right now the situation is that there are several pilots of Air India who don't want to fly Boeing series. None of them want to fly Boeing fleet. They themselves feel that there are some serious issues in the Boeing aircraft which needs to be halted. The operation needs to be halted. It has to be sent to isolation bay. Until the serious checks are not done, this aircraft should not be flown. But this kind of seriousness, what we expect from Air India, we are not seeing it neither on ground, neither on mails. Back to you.
Right, absolutely. And, you know, there is definitely some issue which the management obviously is not getting to grips with, because it cannot be that back-to-back since the Air India AI 171 crash in Ahmedabad, we have seen almost half a dozen such glitches hitting the Dreamliner series of Boeing aircraft. Moving on for now, Harsha, we of course are sure that you will keep us up to speed with all the developments on this story. Moving on for now, an FIR has been against the Rapido driver who assaulted a lady passenger in Bengaluru. This comes after the complainant had booked a Rapido bike ride from the BTM layout to Jayanagar, third block in the city, and on some issue, an altercation ensued, following which the Rapido driver, as can be seen in the CCTV footage, assaulted the passenger. Accordingly, the Rapido driver with the vehicle number KA052897 has been booked based on the complaint. Bengaluru driver accused of reckless driving. Basically, the complainant was asking him to drive carefully, and he did not like the prompt and got into an altercation and then assaulted the passenger. Now we have an FIR against the driver. Let's go to Ismita for more details to our from our Kannada newsroom. Ismita. Okay, Ismita, FIR registered